Shalom, this is Amonute Tayac of Piscataway, Sophia Spiritualite, the AmaruKhan Miriyam, and we are here with another, oh shoot, y'all, I totally forgot to do something. Pardon me. Oh my goodness. Y'all. Okay. My apologies. That was really important. Okay, what we have here is this is the label that I put on my glass before I burn my candles. Now, this is what I do for the new moon and the full moon. I was writing this out by hand on the glass jar, but I wanted to incorporate my little, my sigil here, my flag, my tracking device. I wanted to include that, and there's no way I could draw that on the candle. So now I'm using sticker paper. You could use plain paper too and just tape it on, but I'm using sticker paper, and I'm writing out the things on the paper. Now this goes along with the video I did for the Gemini full moon. I wrote down on what I do on a withdrawal slip, so this goes along with that. First, I just wanted to highlight some of the things I do. Of course, I put an X in each corner. I start with doing that on my paper. And then when I'm done, I put the X in the last corner, but I'll just do it in order. Now, I start with the saint that's for the actual moon, and so this that's over the moon, and so this one is Saint James, the great martyr of Persia. And so I just ask him to help for something. Remember, this one is for America, so as I said, please help us to reconnect the lost parts of the American homeland. And I do that based on the actual story of the martyr that's associated with the day. So for example, when we do our meetings, I'll tell you about the martyr that's associated with the moon so that you can get an idea of what to ask for. So St. James, just to give you a quick explanation of this, he was actually a great warrior, another one of these soldiers, and at first he denied being a Christian, and then he was so upset over his denial that he began to weep and wail, and then he confessed that he was a Christian, and they tried to get him to convert back to being a pagan, not even being a pagan, being a Satanist really, and he wouldn't, so they cut him apart piece by piece. So to me, that's like, what would he be able to do? He'd be able to reconnect all the pieces, because he was cut apart piece by piece. And when I say piece by piece, I mean finger by finger, toe by toe, leg by leg, like filleted skin. Horrible way of dying. Okay, horrible. So that's what I asked him to do, to help reconnect the lost parts of the American homeland. All right, so this is the spirit intelligence that's associated with America's 7th house, where their Gemini is. And for this one, you notice I did it in green. Green is a color that's affiliated with Gemini, so I just try to keep it simple on the candle. I also used a green candle, which you can kind of see in the background. So for this particular spirit intelligence, I said, please help the American homeland to produce what is necessary to restore the daughter of Zion and the American people. This particular spirit intelligence, that's what they are good at, reproduction. So that's why I asked them to do something that's affiliated with what they do, which is reproduction. And that's how you would handle it each time. You want to ask them to do something that's affiliated with what they do. I do have all of this in my the sheet that I pass out about what this specific spirit intelligence is good for. Okay, so these other two, now These other two, this is what America has in, okay, it's two things. These are what America has in, Gemini, and this is also, what is in Gemini at the new moon. So, like for me, last month when we did the Scorpio new moon, I have 6 placements in Scorpio. So, and then there was like a few things that were also in Scorpio. My whole page was full. Like I was like in little teeny tiny font trying to write all the stuff out. It was a lot. I almost thought about typing it up. It was so much stuff. But in this case, full moons is usually less stuff. New moons is normally more stuff. More stuff. Because in a new moon, the sun and the moon are at the same degree. In a full moon, the sun and the moon are opposite. Some not quite opposite, but they're not the same degree. So you always want to do what you have in that sign, and then also what is in the actual chart of that sign at the time. So at least, and these are the spirit intelligences. Let me just point that out. These are the spirit intelligences. So you will have to refer back to Bardon's book. You will have to refer to my Spirit Intelligences worksheet. You'll have to refer to Big Levi's page to find out what these all are. This is based on your chart. Now, this is not based on whole sign houses. This is in Placidius. And that's the one that if you got a chart from me, if you get a chart online, they mostly will give you the Placidius. And that includes, that way will include if you have your ascendant or some other weird or descendant, IC or mid-C, at any of the points that's related to it. So on this is not for whole sign houses. This is for, oh, sorry. Here you go. This is not for whole sign houses. This is for Placidius, okay? So if you have your chart done, just a regular chart, that you would use that for the spirit intelligence. And so the difference is when you do whole sign houses, you're not actually including all the information that is given in your chart because everything is broke down to standard whole sign. You know, standard houses. Everything is 0 to 0 or 0 to 29. But when you use Placidius, it calculates the exact point. So you know what exact spirits are in your chart. Like I said, the ascendant, the descendant, stuff like that. Then you can use those exact spirit intelligence that's assigned to you. Now there's other ways to do the charts. Y'all more than free to get into all of that. This is just what I do because I think the other ways are too complicated for me to get into. So of course, and so I just asked things. So like this one, I said, please help the daughter of Zion explain to the American people in the best terms the real problems in the U.S. homeland and give them memory to help them understand what is happening. So that's just based on what that spirit intelligence can do. That does take some practice and some work, you know, to get that right. And so you have to kind of just work on it. Look at what they do and see what specifically you can ask them to help with. So then, of course, I always do a thank you, and then once I finish writing in my stuff, and then I'll seal off the last corner. So I do have this. If you want the template for this to put on like sticker paper, just send me an email because I don't want to put this on YouTube, but I do have this in a JPEG or in a PDF. I can send it to you. So send me an email if you would like this. You can print it out yourself. It gets 2 to a page. 2 to an 8.5 by 11 page. And then you can set yours up. I use this also for my saint candles, my saints candles. I use this template for everything now. So I definitely highly recommend it. I did notice that when I burned my candle for AmaruKhan, it did crack. So I'm not really sure what that means at this time, but it's definitely different. Oh, that did do something. Okay, I don't know what that means, but this particular energy has been more difficult to overcome than the last full moon. I will say that they have been throwing a lot of extra stuff in there that they definitely did not do at the last full moon. So if you feel like this energy is much, much stronger, you're not alone. It's just due to the nature of what these people are doing, okay? So I hope that this helps someone. This is pretty much how I set up all of my stuff. I am going to do branded saint candles. I'm still working on that. I got some more information that will help. So just hold on. That'll be coming soon. But at least this is enough stuff for you to get started experimenting, creating your own spiritual practices and stuff like that. Also, you'll know what I'm doing when I do stuff, which is really the most important thing to me. So, shalom, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.